beloveds. Beloveds, there will come a point of consciousness when you allow yourselves to see where all the different species and all of the different creatures that have inhabited this dimension have come from. This beloved planet, as she is in the process of her own ascension. When you understand the difference between and the similarities between a horse and a giraffe, when you come to see the creatures that have legs that are still in the oceans, when you come to see the beings that participated in creating what is now known as the human species, when you allow yourself to shift in dimensions to see the planets and the galaxies and the star systems and the gateways and all of the creator beings and all of the chaos that has ensued from this creation that is called life, the creation that is here on planet Earth, why there are the crafts that are hovering in the sky, why there are the aliens that are walking amongst you, those of you who are those aliens as well. When you come to recognize all of this, you will have a moment of having the circuitry that was in your mind that has allowed you to be myopic and to see this from the limited perspective of the human ego. There will be an unhooking and unhinging and a cognition of all of the factors that you yourself have created to bring forth this thing called life. And you will ask, what was the purpose for all of this? Why all of these games, the Star Wars, the battles, the devastations, the planets that explode? Why all of this? Why not? Why not? What else were you doing? You have been playing a game so masterfully. And one of the requisitions of the game, one of the prerequisites, beloveds, is that you must forget that it is this game. You must forget that it has been this incredible symphony, this space opera of galactic wars and beings and creatures that run around space and tiny spinning little ships. And you will forget that you know one another, and you would forget that you are one another. And yet you will have these dreams of remembering moments and saying, ah, yes, I do remember you, don't I? And then you say, no, I don't. I'm not supposed to. I can't. And then you wonder, why? And the answer is simply, why not? What else are you doing? Ah, is there something else you could be doing? Ah, let me think. What could I possibly be doing? What if I gave a shot at this living as a Christed being thing? What if I decided to allow myself to remember what it is that I'm truly meant to be doing? What if I allowed myself to see and truly experience what it is to live with my heart wide open enough to allow myself to forgive all the places where I have believed that sin has existed, that there has been war, that there have been battles, that there have been life, there has been death. Beloveds, you must allow yourselves to remember that whatever is created here must also die here. So if you're going to make this the greatest story ever told, the greatest journey ever lived, why not have it be as dramatic and as extreme as possible? Why not? You have indeed been the architects of all of this. You have indeed been the greatest writers, directors, and producers. Steven Spielberg has nothing on you, beloveds, nor George Lucas, nor the greatest producers of any books, the Bible, the Torah, any of these. Beloveds, you have been the author of all of them. There has not been a moment of history, of recorded time, of anything that is in their records that you yourself has not been the author of. So allow yourselves to celebrate all that you are, all that you think. And then there comes a time, beloveds, there comes a moment when you say, it is now time for me to lay down this book, to lay down this journey, and to make my way back Back to the beginning. You start at the end and go back to the beginning. It is time for me to make my way back to the kingdom. You have not quite yet fully experienced that is a place that you have never left. You've heard this in theory, and it seems like a very good idea. But beloveds, you are coming upon a dawning of an age when it is time, and we use this term loosely, for you to allow yourself to remember that which you yourself have chosen to forget. That there is one thing and one thing only that is of true value in the universe, and that is to love and to be love, to fall so deeply in love with yourself that you allow yourself to love yourself as I love you. I love myself as God loves me. I love you as God loves me. It is now time for you to love yourself as I love you, and to ultimately love yourself as God loves you. The breath of life that created you is the breath of love. And that is the manifestation that you are. So allow yourself to find that truth, beloved ones. Allow yourself to be that truth. And know that I am with you always. The very breath that you breathe, we share. I love you, and I will speak with you again.